Hello! So this will be a very short update regarding the recent move down in Bitcoin. This, as I mentioned, has a higher probability of being a corrective structure. I mentioned this in the previous video, so you can check out the bigger picture there if you want. But right now we have a wave A, B, C to a W, then a wave X, and now an A, B, C to finish in a wave Y, finishing a double zigzag. And this fits very nicely with the volume because you want to have a wave C or a wave Y in this case to finish on a high amount of volume, the highest. Because if you look at the previous highest volume, it's not as high. So that fits nicely. And also, we took out the 886 fib target, which is taken from here, the 886, and we took out that here, which is a very uncommon target for a wave 2. It's more common for a wave B and a wave X. And wave B also took out the 90 fib. So that has the correction going for it, basically. But it's not invalidation, because the only invalidation is just taking out the high. And we didn't do that. So you can't really I wouldn't sell my house and bet on this being a corrective, but it still has higher probability, if you put it like that. The other scenario is that we have an impulse down. So here we are counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this has a lower probability because of us not wanting to end on a higher amount of volume in wave 5, because an extended wave 5 is it's not super uncommon, but it's so much more common to have an extended wave 3, which we don't really have here because of the volume. So then we need to look at some other alternatives for counting this. So if we were to count an impulse down, we would need to count it like this for a more higher probability. So here we have 1, 2, and now a larger wave 3, waiting for a wave 4, and then a finishing wave 5. This has a higher probability than the last count because of the volume. Because you want to have highest amount of volume in a wave 3 and in a lower degree, so to speak, or a higher degree in this matter. So that is more in favorable of this being an impulse. But we have the same issue because we touched the 886 here, which is very, very low probability for a wave 2. So that basically means that just by touching this wave 2 at 886, this whole structure is favoring being corrective. So if this were to have a chance of being an impulse, we want to see now, if we are bear, we want to see now a corrective structure, a 3-wave, breaking out of this acceleration channel, and it doesn't have to touch this. And when I see it like this, so 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's fine. So it doesn't have to touch this, but if we move above this, I can do it like this for clarity. If we move above this, of course, then it's invalidated because wave 4 can't enter wave 1's price territory. And also if we take the fib here, the 61.8, yeah, so this is also like a soft invalidation. You don't want to hit that. So basically, if we were to move up here and touch this before getting another low down, this has a very, very low chance of being an impulse. That's not what you want to see if you were a bear. So keep an eye out on that. So the invalidation here, soft invalidation, is on 112702. And also this scenario kind of favors the bulls, because if you take a look at the bigger picture, we have the bear market count here. So if this is corrective down, you want a wave C upwards. And if you have a wave C upwards, a common target for a wave C is around 100, 123.6 and 161.8, which means that if I put it like this is the bear market scenario. So we have a 1 looking for a wave 2, and now we are entering bear market basically. But because this counts better as a corrective structure up than an impulse, and since this counts better as a corrective structure, if this also is a corrective structure, we are looking for a finishing wave C, an impulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this wave C touches the 86 here, then the bearish scenario drastically declines in probability because of we hitting that. So it is higher probability if this is corrective that we get an impulse up and that we hit this 886. So this is favoring the bulls. And also here, yeah, exactly. In this count, I show you that it counts better than to count it like an ABC because of the short time here. I can show it like this. Because of the short time here in B, it doesn't hit the 38.6 in time. So that doesn't favor it being an impulse or being an ABC like that. So if it's not an ABC like that, it's counted better as an WXY. And if it's a WXY and this is a corrective structure, then we are looking for, WXY, A, and then a B, and then a move up into a wave C, like that. So that is something to keep in mind, and also it favors this scenario, triangle. So we have here A, B, C into a wave A, wave B, a wave C here, and now if we move up and not really reaches the target in a corrective manner, and then so like we have this like a corrective structure and corrective up, and then also a corrective down, then we need to start paying attention to a triangle scenario. So, but currently, as I mentioned, this correction down has a higher probability of being a three-way or some sort. Like, I can do it like this: W and then X and then a Y, like that. And if we are getting a breakout here through the channel and hitting that 61.8 target, as I just mentioned, taking from here to here, the chances of us taking this high are very, very high probability. And this is before not doing another low. So we don't really want to do like a 4 and then a 5 down and hit it, because that's not what we're looking for. We are looking now for a wave 4 to hit that before taking another low. Yeah. So that was basically it. Keep an eye out for those scenarios, and as I mentioned, it has a higher probability of taking out the high if we don't get another move down and confirming that this is an impulse. So yeah, that was it. I hope you have a great day.